Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever, the Square England Let's Plays series. And we're just sat here looking at Whitchurch Dock because, as you may recall, that's pretty much where we finished off at the end of the last episode, despite struggling with the horrific road layout in this particular city, and I'm just too scared to go and bulldoze everything down. But anyway, that's all moving along quite nicely, although it has yet to make any money. But it's only been going for, I don't know how many months? 5 months. So yeah, we're not expecting vast profit just yet. And if you may also recall, at the end of the last episode, I did say we would add in a final leg on the river journey from Whitchurch, or to Whitchurch there, from Exeter, which makes it possible then to take a journey all the way from Falmouth in the west, all the way down to Kintbury here on the east, the far end of the river. I've actually done that, as I suggested I might anyway, off camera, and we've put in another new Russian boat. Most of the custom boats appear to be made by a well, I'm not sure if the modder themselves is Russian, or in any way related to the old Soviet Union and the countries thereof. But yes, most of the boats do appear to be coming with that nationality. This is another one of them. Again, the link will be in the description, and it will be added to the Steam collection, also linked in the description of the video below. So that's working quite nicely. They've just left on their first journey out to Whitchurch. And yeah, the only difficulty there was this old bridge here. Well, actually no, this is a new bridge. There was a bridge here, an old stone bridge, which was a bit too low for boat traffic, so I've replaced that, and in fact had it carry across both rail tracks, where previously there had been level crossings for the AI traffic. I have no routes myself on that road, so that's quite nice. I quite like that little bridge, although it is a little bit kinky, but hey, that's me. I suppose. Okay, and a final look before we get on to today's challenge. A quick look at the balance sheet. Oh, for goodness sake, it's only July, end of July actually, nearly August, and we've made 107 million in income, which gives me a profit this year of, having turned over the month, it was 43, it's now 34 million. But yeah, we're doing very well indeed, money-wise. And today, we're going to take a fair chunk out of that, I think, because it's going to be a replacement episode today. We're going to be looking at our passenger routes. Why the heck am I... Oh, I'm here in Newbury. That's a good place to start, actually. Yeah, let's orientate the map appropriately. So we're going to be replacing some of our oldest trains and our oldest routes, including the Newbury-Coventry and also the Newbury-Exeter route, which I added fairly late in the day, but I've got a fun thing I want to do with this, and it sort of leads into what most of the episode is going to be about, and that's going to be mods. We're going to see a few good mods in use today, which I hope you sort of approve of, and just give you a clue again as to some of the fun things you can do with both modded vehicles and other assets in the game. Right, so this train, it's fairly old, 14 years. It's not ancient by any means, but I think we could do with replacing it. It's carrying 42. It's the only vehicle on that line going into this Exeter station. There isn't a great deal of traffic to it, to be honest, which is why I've not added more vehicles to it. Although saying that, adding more vehicles to a line has been known to improve the number of passengers carried, because they see better frequency, so they'll think, oh, I'll go that route. In fact, what is our frequency on that route? Newbury to Exeter, 7 minutes. It's not great. But anyway, what I've done, for the moment I'm going to leave that pretty much the one train, but I'm replacing it with a rather funky modded vehicle, a locomotive, which is, in fact, if I call up the depot here, we'll see it. I'm presuming it has been created by a German or a German-speaking modder, and it's the GT3. Now, unfortunately, I can't read German here, but I do remember it being mentioned on the Steam page. This was kind of a prototype. It didn't really get into service, certainly not in the UK. I don't remember it, and I'm old enough to remember 1974. So what we're going to do is replace it with that, and also, and this is brand spanking new, if you will pardon that phrase, some new wagons. The British Rail Mark II wagon, recently released by Killicans. I might have got that wrong, but certainly, again, the link for this mod will be in the description. Just released in the last few days, in fact, another British Rail wagon with a good variety of interesting paintworks on it. So we've only got one at the moment, which is the TSO. It does go 125 miles an hour. Now there is no locomotive, steam, electric or diesel at the moment which goes that fast. Oh, actually there is a diesel. So there's an electric which does very nearly. This German or Austrian one, well it says German here in the description, which goes 124. But there's nothing close to that in steam or diesel. The fastest we've got is indeed this locomotive here. Now, since it's got the British Rail logo, which I'm told in the description is actually round the wrong way on one of the sides of the locomotive, but I'm not going to worry about that if you don't. So we're just increasing slightly the capacity of this locomotive. Where is it? It should be coming into the station. There it is now. It's a proper old-fashioned steam loco. Class 7, I think that was. Yep, standard class 7. So we're going to replace that. Is it? Oh, it's the Britannia. There you go. It's even got a name. Right, so we're going to replace that one. Shall we replace it now? Let's do that. We could actually send him into the depot here, but I want to get rid of him fairly quickly for the next part of this little episode. So there he goes in. Nearly $1 million in profit, sorry, in income. And are you going to change? There he is. Right. So let's take a quick look at this. So that's a locomotive. Now, to be honest, I'm not familiar enough with even my own national rail history to know if that image is, that logo is the right way around or not. But it looks kind of right. It was that sort of design. Colours look good. Oh, and a proper intercity. Intercity rail wagon. Passenger wagon. That is cool. Tables and everything. Though, of course, in a real wagon, they're not all four-seater arrangements. Most seats these days, maybe it was different in the 1970s, because most seats these days are just pairs, just twos. So tables are quite rare. I might have one or two in a wagon. Anyway, so that is our latest train. So we'll let him... Oh, interesting noise. Can you hear that? And away he goes. Right, now he's only going to be able to go up to 90 miles an hour. Now for some reason, although I think he had better power and traction than the old standard 7, which had an excellent power rating, this one is only good. Possibly because of the different weights of both the wagons and the locomotive itself, but off he goes anyway. Right, so on to... Ooh, can we do him? Right, I'll leave him actually. There, this is the old Mark I wagon. From this very same modder, I believe. Oh, interesting that... I haven't actually looked deep into... Oh, look at that, the seats even. Do you think that's the sort of restaurant car where the buffet would be? I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Right, now the second part of this episode is going to be renewing this line, which is one of our most profitable. In fact, if we look at our line profits, Yeah, it is our second, at the moment, it's our second most profitable line, which goes all the way to Plymouth, going through, in fact, 4 towns in total. We're going to replace those. I think most of those trains are quite old. Yeah, 20 odd years. Again, it's not extraordinarily old, but they're getting on a bit, so we could do with recouping some of our maintenance costs. But what I'd like to do as well is, as we saw then, to get the fastest locomotives, is replace these actually with electric. So I want to electrify this entire line, which means electrifying all the stations as well. And I thought, while I'm at it, we'll fix up Newbury good and proper. But we'll come back to Newbury. Let's go to the other end of the line, to Plymouth. Where is it? Here it is. So we'll electrify this to start with. Could we do Plymouth as well, actually? Do we have scope for improving this station? Let's have a look. So that's where it is at the moment. We want to put high speed. It's deleting a building. It's doing that, which is interesting. Yeah, because I've got a track mod in here, this impacts on the track types available here. And I think we saw that in a previous episode. It's only 160. I'm going to leave most of the passenger stations that sort of length, which means I can't get really long passenger trains going in unless I rebuild a lot of this sort of track work here, which I'm not going to do. Okay. Now, what we could do here, I've added a few new station mods as well into this game. Oops, I didn't want to get rid of that one. There it is. Which include both the wonderful new flexible station, which gives you so many options, it is unreal. If you've been watching my sort of speed build series, the One Hub, I've been using that one a lot in that game. And it's been mostly this older station variant, but there is a modern one as well, which is this one. So we could do that here to bring this game. You see, it's extended the length of the connecting track. These need to be high speed, and it's going to be where does it say electric? Does it, catenary, that's where it is. That's what we need. But it makes the street length somewhat longer. Yeah, it's kind of fixed in there. That's the problem with using this here. And I could delete that station, but if I delete it, I believe I lose all the passengers, which I don't particularly want to do here. Is there a train coming up to Plymouth? There's one going away. Could do that. I'm sure it'll rebuild the station. Yeah, if I take that out though, I will need to rebuild this. I'm not going to do that here in Plymouth, because Plymouth is a reasonably modern station, to be honest. So we're going to leave that one as is. But I'm going to do that to Newbury. There, I've given the game away now, haven't I? No, we'll leave it as the traditional style station. Will that be you? Oh, you're a different look. Oh heck! I've no idea what that one's. Oh, that one's going. That's outrageous. That's the Viennese one, I believe, isn't it? Or is that not? Must be an. Is it an age thing? Could be, because that's changing, isn't it? That's what it looked like. Maybe that station type has gone out of use. That's what those station buildings. So we're refurbishing the station. We will add. It will just be a standard one, which is that one. 160. We're using high-speed catenaries. We're going to have to lose 2 buildings, but we're not losing any passengers because we're not deleting the station. Second Street connection. Can we actually add one in? We can. Although we don't have any development at this side of the town, it looks like there could be some. There are town roads already. I mean, a town road out there, what's that doing? Who knows? Right, so we will get you. We've got high-speed track, catenaries. That's all good. Actually, we just put modern track in there. It doesn't need to hurtle in there at 100 plus miles an hour, does it? Because that'd be dangerous, in fact. Right, let's apply that. Okay, and while we're at it, let's get some roads in here. We'll use a slim large street. We'll put bus lanes on it. Have we got any of these in here already, in fact? No, we haven't. So I may come back to Plymouth and start putting in large bus lane streets. So if we connect you, how shall we do this? Yeah, we'll do it that way. Oh dear me, look at that. It's actually, that looks kind of grotesque, but if you're out in the country you expect to find hills. That's quite a fun ride for a driver, isn't it? Well, whether they want it to be or not, it certainly is. Ooh, can I get a road under this bridge? Can I get one in there? I can. Excellent. Right, so it needs to be something like that. And you can connect there, that's all good. And then bring you up. Oh, that looks really naff, doesn't it? I'll take you down there. The game does like putting in really kinky roads. It must be to... That's better. Alright, okay, so we'll come back to Plymouth later, but we need to electrify our tracks. Now these do want to be high speed. Catenaries. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, and so we have reached Churchill. Okay, so what are we going to do with this station? We'll leave this one as is, I think. We should just need to upgrade to catenaries. In fact, it's already got it, hasn't it? Yeah, because there's an electric service already going through there, so Churchill is okay. Yeah, we won't do anything particularly fancy with that. That's good. Right, so I'll just get these tracks done and we will arrive in Coventry quite soon. Yeah, Coventry is one of those stations which has really been built into the town itself, so we're not going to do much with this one. Again, we could, if I was being bold and felt like, oops, these switches can be awkward to get. If I was being bold and felt like deleting stuff, but we'll leave it as is. Because a lot of stations do stay the same. You know, we've got a station in my local cities which have been barely touched at all, at least from the exterior of them anyway. So we'll leave that. We just need to upgrade you to catenary. Will the second connection work? Actually, will that be useful to us to have that second connection? Not really, I think. No, so we'll leave that one off. Okay, we'll apply that. Right, so I will just dash through electrifying the remainder of this track through to Newbury, and I will catch you up when we get there, and we'll do something exciting with that station. He said positively, so we will. It will be exciting, probably. See you in a second. Right, so here we are in Newbury, and this one I want to change dramatically by replacing the station entirely and building something new. This, I think, was our first town. We started everything here in Newbury, so if anywhere deserves a complete renovation, trying to say words correctly, Newbury does deserve it. Now, there is a brand new station mod out, which is, I think, called the Ultimate Station mod by a modder, Enjos, however you pronounce it. It's been widely discussed. If you just search for stations, train stations on the Steam Workshop, you will find it, and it is awesome. It does all sorts of amazing things with track layouts and so on. It's a bit too much for me at the moment. There's a lot to it which I haven't really got to grips with just yet, but I'm going to be playing with it, and there are a couple of issues with it at the moment in particular uses, because you can do so many different things with it in terms of the actual shape of your stations, which give it slight issues with it in those extreme cases. So it's still under development, and once everyone's happy and it looks awesome, I may well start using it. If not in this Let's Play, because we have got stations everywhere in this series now, certainly in the One Hub speed build series. Anyway, what we plan to do here is we're going to lose this station entirely and move it, because any attempt to improve this one really just gives me all sorts of problems. So if I wanted to add a third platform in there, I can do that. But I can't change, get that down here, I can't change the layout of the station too much. That's a flexible one. If we do it with, that's the old flexible one, but if we use a modern one, yeah, there's something going on here. Even if I make that street the minimum length, it's colliding with the road there. It's the way the connecting street has been designed on this, I think, which is giving me the issue. So we're going to take this one down entirely, and I think we might well, do we need to lose these connections as well? We'll take those out for the depot. Can we flatten this a bit? Will that help? Okay, so let's get our funky new station in here. So it's that one. We're going to turn it around because that's the way it should go. That looks like an appropriate street style. We're going to have two platforms. They're going to be modern tracks. They're going to be electrified, catenary, yeah. And we will certainly add street connections on both sides. We'll make it a shorter length. There we go. And that should... Oh, of course, because I've got... Yeah, because I'm having to sit a little... Oh, no, it does connect to the track. I was thinking I might need to delete the track as well, but I don't. That looks like it'll fit in. That's sweet. That makes my life a whole lot easier. And we can add curvatures in both directions on this. We can have transit tracks, which I've done a lot in the other series. Because that's the way that series works. But we can add street connections at all the ends of the station if we want to. So how many do we want in here? We probably only want one, to be honest, don't we? So we'll take that out from there. So we've just got either end. Again, it's a nice, funky, modern looking station building as well, which of course the people of Newbury well deserve, having put up with that old building for quite so long. But if I drop that in there, Yes, I'm happy to remove the building, so just do it. There we go. Well, that looks swish, doesn't it? Yep, everything's looking good. So it lines up with those tracks there, and we can probably connect it again to the depot. Yard tracks. I think that's what those were. Yep, that's cool. Too much curvature, don't be silly. That's better. Okay. We will fix that road because, as you can see, there's a fair amount of development already moving to the other side of the town. So we'll connect that in. But the other main thing we want to do here is actually replace these locomotives. So these are using the Mallard, if I remember correctly, as well as the modded BR Mark 1. Oh, it's the Class A4, which was the Mallard, I think, wasn't it? Yes, the Mallard. You can see the nameplate on there. Okay, so we're going to replace that. It's going 90 miles an hour. And we're going to replace that. Actually, if I send this one into the depot, we'll do it properly for this one, shall we? So once he's dropped off his passengers, we'll send him skating off into the depot. And replace him. There we go, and into the depot you go. There's only one. Oh, because I it's just, why is there only 3 passengers waiting? That's because I took the station away, wasn't it? It all makes sense, doesn't it? Right, so he's off into our depot there. Okay, let's pause the game for a moment again. So what we're going to do, we're going to replace him with an electric. Now, which is our fastest one? Again, most of these go slower than this train. It goes at 90. So we want to. We've got this one, which I think we're using already somewhere. I'm sure I am. That goes 110. We could use that one actually. It's a nice British rail. That would be cool actually, because the other contender, as I noticed before, is this one, the German one, which goes at 124, and that's 2.6 million a year, 2.7 million a year. But it is very powerful and very fast. So this one's 2685. How does that compare to the Mallard? 150, 119.86. There's no comparison really, although it is. It's a lot more expensive to run, obviously, because it's going faster, it's more powerful. I think we will use that one. There isn't another new one, is there? Come up, because we did have a whole new set of new. Oh, there is this one. Another German mod. Now he travels at 99, which is faster than we're travelling at the moment. I think we'll use that one. We will. It's blue, which is kind of British Rail colours, after a fashion. I'm sure it's a different shade of blue. I'm sure we've got this one in use somewhere else. I think it's on a freight line. Actually, can I tell? Oh, you can't tell from here, can you? You can. Oh, you can from here. So where is he in use? No, it's not that one. Oh, there he is. Yes, he's doing the Whitchurch Felixstowe run. That's fine. So we've got him in use, so that's good. So I don't feel too guilty about not using him for this new route. So we'll put you in there. Okay, and our passenger wagons will use the new Mark II, which carries 26 as opposed to 21. It does go faster. It's faster than the loco will travel, to be honest, but we'll live with that for the time being. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So that carries 130 compared to 105. So it takes more passengers. They look like shorter wagons as well. That's interesting. cute. Obviously packing more people in tighter, which is of course the modern way. Right, so we will sell you, and what I'll do is on the line we'll actually change the other vehicles, the other trains on this line automatically to match. Oh, actually, how does he perform? Oh, I didn't compare it with the other ones, did I? That's what I always like to do, see if I'm making an improvement. So the new train travels at 99 miles an hour up a high slope in 3 minutes. Oh, he's significantly better. That's good. Right, so we're going to replace you. Replacement here with this lovely new bright blue German. You've been added to the end, haven't you? I always forget it does that. I'm going to add on to that 5 of these Mark IIs. Okay, and how much will that cost me to replace? Well, it doesn't say. I was not able to conclude the replacement. Why not? Is there some? Oh, is there something that's not? I haven't electrified all of this line, have I? By the look of it, that must be the problem. And I need to electrify the depot here as well. Oh, it looks like that already is. Oh, yes, it's this bit here. Oh, reckless of me. Oh, I left that out, didn't I? Because I was afraid I might need to jiggle with the tracks there. Okay, so can I replace that now? A mere 15 million. That's just train 1, so no, that's fine. We want you. We want the whole line to be changed. $62 million. I'll accept that cost. Okay, that's cool. They're being replaced. Excellent. And we've got our new train 26 here, which is going to join that fleet. Let's get it over here so I can see it. We don't need the tracks anymore. On that line there. Right, so let's... Unable to find stop electric. Oh, is that because this bit isn't electrified again? Oh dear. That's better. Right, now you should be able to join that line. Unable to find path to stop electric. Why? Oh! I need to upgrade this to electric, don't I? Can I do that? Even though there's a train in there? I can! Ooh, I'm sure there was a time when that wasn't actually possible. Right, it works now, so let's watch our latest addition to the fleet. Okay, so he's got the DB, the Deutsche Bahn logo on the side of the engine, but everything else looks pretty much intercity, which of course is the British mark for intercity trains, really. Kind of, yeah, says what it does on the tin. He is looking... Oh, no! Right, okay, so we've turned over into 1975, which is the time that the 125, the high-speed train, the HST, the Class 43, whatever name it's known by, the British Standard turns up, and the Mark III coach. And I think, is that from the same modder? Oh, let's have a look at these. Now, the only issue with this, and I think this is a model which has been brought in from Train Fever, is that it's slightly out of scale, in that the engines look that much smaller than the wagons. I was in multiple unit. Oh, I keep forgetting about the multiple units. I don't come over here very often. Oh, there he is. Yeah, that's the Mark III coach. Where is them? Oh, the Mark III coach isn't available separately to the 125. I'm going to call it that because that's how we know it over here in England. Oh, that's a vehicle I want to use. Yeah, that's a nice sort of short trip loco. So this is the short train. Now, how does that compare if we put it against that one? Well, you can't really tell there, can you? Right. Oh dear. We may see the 125 make an appearance in the next episode, but I think from here, this is going to be the job done. Now, let's get you on your way. Come on. I want to click the train at the station. 85, that's not a bad pickup. Okay, so there he goes. Right. What I'll do actually is I was going to do another replacement. Actually, I'll do that now. I will do that now. The episode isn't too long just yet. Which was on the... I'll bring this up. The Falmouth Whitchurch line, I think. There it was. Yeah, we've still got steam on there. So we will head over there. Right, which is a wonderful locomotive, and is this line making us money? It's making us quite good money actually. And the trains are full. Are both of them full? They both are. So we've got 63 passengers in both trains. Let's get these out of the way a little bit. So you're going into here. So we got 101 waiting there, and at the other end of the line in Whitchurch, up here, 60. So how's a train just left? Oh no, you've got a train just coming in, so there's slightly fewer people waiting at that end. Right, so what should we replace him with? Can we replace this one with the 125, do you think? Well, let's try that. Have I got a depot around here? I have. It's here somewhere, and it's out of town. There he is. So how many passengers are there on the 125? Short. 380. No, that's far too many. No. This is travelling 80 miles an hour. I don't want to go slower than 80. And these lovely multiple units here go 70. No, that's a ridiculous. Is that really? 380 passengers. No, that won't wash. I think on this route. We'll find another place for that one. I need to sell that train. I didn't want it after all, I'm afraid. So this we're going to replace with. We're not going to use steam. We're going to get rid of steam. We are moving away from steam now, so we haven't got electrics on this line. Nope. So this will be a diesel again. Do we have a new diesel come in? We've got these. These go 87. I think we saw these turn up. Yeah, these turned up last year. 87, which is faster than it's going at the moment. Okay, they're not actually English. Again, they're German, but didn't want to do that. Let's get out of there. But I don't. We've got German trains across our network. We're still in Europe. We are still in Europe, so there's no harm in using them. What's the power on this one? Yeah, I think these will be good. Which one shall we use? I've no idea what the distinction is between them, but we will use the red one because we've got red wagons already, so we'll use that. And the passengers wagon, we've still got the same old wagons here. We could still, if we move up to the new wagon, we might. No, we'll keep the old wagons on here still, but we'll increase that perhaps to 4. Yeah, just to encourage people to use this super new fast service. So we'll replace you now. That's another 15 million, and away they go. So which one of these is nearest a station? It's not you, it'll be you. So what we'll do, I will wrap this up here. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this little exercise. Oh, and there's the other loco in train upgrades, and enjoyed seeing some of those mods. They are real. I just love the ability of modders to create such flexibility, particularly when it comes to stations and stuff. That really is quite remarkable, and we'll see some of those in use in future episodes. But yes, from me, Ajaxpost here in Transport Fever. Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this, do leave us a like. Just hit that little thumbs up button. And if you've got anything to say in terms of suggestions, recommendations, criticisms, or ways of using mods or new mods that you think would be useful in this scenario, it'd be great to hear from you. Just drop a note into the comments box below. And of course, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. And that way you'll know as soon as I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. Oh, lovely passing train action. Doesn't get better than that. Anyway, so from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever, I'll see you again soon. And until then, 2 trains! Love it. And we go so fast as well. Yes, I'm going to say goodbye now. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Until then, bye-bye for now.